a senior at Chesapeake Math and IT Institute in Laurel, Maryland, and I'm an organizational management intern at LearnServe. So I originally started in the LearnServe Fellows Program back in 2022, which was when it was virtual. And I basically built a venture called Displace, which is centered around providing essential materials to displaced youth in the midst of Cameroon's current crisis. So I became an intern at LearnServe earlier this year, around September, I believe. And basically, it's been a great experience so far. I've learned a lot from just watching the different mentors facilitate and really engage with students, especially Scott, Savita, just to name a few, Yuval, just great facilitators in the way that they always pay attention to the students' needs and really guide them through the process of building a venture that's not only equitable, but it's also connected to the students' passions and things that interest them in their own community. Right now, we're working with students. Right now, we're working with students in order to kind of build their venture. We're starting at the foundation and building their problem trees. So I'm really excited to see where the students' ventures would go.
My name is Ajave Chulu, Executive Director for Njira Skills Youth Training Center. So let me just give probably just in word or two, just what Njila is all about. Njila is an organization which is the first entry response for survivors of gender-based violence and girls who dropped out of school as a result of teenage pregnancies, and those that could not go for tertiary education as a result of challenges that they face. What we do is that through the victim support of the Zambia police, we recruit girls and bring them in one space where we train them in skills, and then we give them what we call the after training empowerment. And quickly, let me go to the project that we are doing. Sometime about a month or two ago, we launched the in-person program where we recruited 23 young people from Zambia, and most of them actually coming from Zambian schools. And what we were thinking was, after running the program virtually for 3 consecutive years, when we came to launching the physical program, we started clipping and started thinking, how do we best launch the program? And we had identified the best way to launch it is to work with schools. But then in schools, we thought the best way to work around is to involve a group of young people from schools, which we call the JETS Club, which is the junior engineers technology students from schools in Zambia. So we wrote to the schools and we wrote to the DEBs, and we were allowed to work with young people from schools, which we have actually recruited about 23 young people, 20 from the schools, about 5 different secondary schools, and then 3 from the community, young people that are not part of the schools. And they meet once a week, every Thursdays, for about 2 to 3 hours. And we've been meeting for the past, I think, one month, 2 weeks. The young people have been coming to meet and discuss, some of the challenges, identify some of the challenges that they faced in the community, that they face in their communities. They've been able to identify these, challenges, and then they've been using, the mode of, the problem tree to identify some of the problems, and they've gone further to also just have a one-to-one interviews with some local gatekeepers, friends, and families, just to really understand what are some of the problems that these young people, some of the problems that these communities have. And that we speak right now, we're at a point whereby they've actually identified the problems, and they are actually solidifying some of the the solutions to those problems. And next week they should actually be doing a survey in the community. They should be going in the community just to do a survey and making sure that the problem that they have identified and the issues that the community has are really in tandem, so that they don't have a situation whereby the problems are not, the community do not have a buy-in in the solutions and the problems that the young people have identified. So currently we are at that point where the young people are discussing and going to meet the community members, just to identify whether they are the problems that they have identified and the problems that the community is really facing. These two are really one and the same. So that's where we are. Just to talk about how the program has been. I think the young people have been very excited with the program, and they've been really, really engaged all the time. We have seen a situation whereby young people have always wanted to come through and go through some of the things that we've learned, and every time we've given them homework, would find a situation whereby they've created their own WhatsApp group and become engaged, whereby they have a discussion in their own WhatsApp group, and then the day that they come to present as a team. So they're really working together. We are seeing young people really wanting to create change in their community and really wanting to see that they are not just complaining, but they are also part of the solutions that the community is facing. And the concept of social entrepreneurship is actually a very new concept to our young people in Zambia. In most cases, young people, where they have groups and stuff like that, they rarely talk about issues to do with entrepreneurship. It's either to do with, sexuality education, or probably they're talking about, other things, malaria or things like that. But bringing young people together, 20 of them, to just come and talk about issues to do with entrepreneurship is something that is very new, and it's something that has really, really been very encouraging. Just today, when we had a session, young people, about 2 young people, they were telling me how, they were interrogated by their parents actually on how, the problem that they identified. And the parents were interrogating them to really, trigger them and ask them whether the problem that they have identified is really something that, the community is really facing. And this young girl really said, my dad was really asking me so many questions, and at some point I ended up having no answers, and I realized that I really need to do a little bit of research for me to come back. And my dad has asked me to go back and give him answers on some of the challenges that the questions that he was asking me, and I really need to go back to the community and ask questions. For me, it was very encouraging to see how parents have actually hold on to this actually program and encourage their kids to really interrogate their problems and make sure that, as they start working on the solution, it is really a problem that the community is facing and not something that they have as an assumption. For me, I think I got encouraged today, and during the session that we had, it's actually one of the takeaway message that I had today, where young people were telling me how the parents have really gotten into the program and really have a discussion around the whole program. So really, the program is really helping young people, and the young people are really excited and they're really engaged. They're looking forward to every Thursday meeting and discussing. And thank you so much, Lensev, for introducing this program to Zambia, especially that now we are doing it, as an in-person program. Thank you.
Bueno, buenas tardes a todos. Un gusto, encantadísimo de conocerle. Gracias en primer lugar por estar allí. Yo sé que el trabajo que están haciendo es tremendo. Es un gusto verte, Scott, Sabine. También muchas gracias a Carla por todos estos años que hemos trabajado juntos.
So, so Domingo is saying that he's happy to be here and says thank you to the whole team, that it's an incredible work that LearnServe is doing, and that he's glad to be a part of it, and especially excited to see me, Sabine, longtime friends, and so many other people who are part of the community. So just great to see us all.
Okay, nosotros, mi nombre es Domingo Alonso, vivo en Asunción, en la comunidad de Santa Ana, del Bañado Sur. Es una zona de la ribera Bañado Sur de Asunción. Soy voluntario del Centro Cultural Comunitario Santa Ana. donde hace muchísimos años estamos trabajando en la comunidad con jóvenes, fomentando el liderazgo juvenil y sobre todo trabajando con autoestima.
Vamos a hacer pausa, yo voy traduciendo, Domingo. So he says, my name is Domingo Alonso. I'm from Asunción, in particular from the Santa Ana neighborhood in the area of Bañado Sur in La Ribera, so along the edge of the river. And that he's been a longtime volunteer with the Centro Comunitario Cultural in Santa Ana, where they've been working for years with young people, especially in the area of leadership development and self-esteem.
Sí, hemos conocido el programa Lancer a partir de 2006-2007 más o menos, desde sus inicios hemos trabajado y justamente hemos trabajado muchísimo en el liderazgo juvenil, pero principalmente en el desarrollo comunitario, ¿verdad? Desarrollo juvenil y emprendimiento social. Creo que con el programa a través del intercambio cultural que hemos tenido durante todo este tiempo, ha motivado a muchos jóvenes en nuestra comunidad justamente a compartir experiencias positivas y justamente han descubierto toda la situación de su realidad en la zona de los bañados.
So Domingo has been working with LearnServe since 2006, and in that time has been working especially in the area of leadership development and social entrepreneurship development, both with his own young people in the community and in collaboration and in partnership with LearnServe. And he feels that this program that they're leading now has really been exciting to motivate the young people to share some of the positive experiences and what they're able to do and to better understand the realities that they're living in their communities.
En todo este tiempo creo que este intercambio sirvió mucho de aprendizaje, en primer lugar, de conocerse, de conocer también la realidad de los jóvenes, tanto en los Estados Unidos y viceversa, conocer también los estudiantes la realidad de los jóvenes en Paraguay. Y esas experiencias han sido riquísimas, han sido muy llevaderas y también han incentivado para que los jóvenes en Santa Ana se puedan organizar. Entonces, el centro justamente lo que busca es que sea un espacio de pensamiento, de formación para los jóvenes. Y creo que hemos logrado los objetivos.
And so Domingo is sharing that the exchange over the years with students from the United States, from LearnServe, have been enriching for both the students in Paraguay and the students from the United States who have traveled there to be able to share experiences. And I think for him particularly, he's been excited to see how it has motivated the young people in Paraguay to take on a stronger leadership role in their own communities and creating spaces for social change in their communities. Y Domingo, brevemente, porque estamos un poco de corto de tiempo, así que si quieres concluir con esta parte para avanzar con otra parte.
Sí, ok, gracias. En el programa de justamente ahora los jóvenes han aprendido a identificar también para buscar las posibles soluciones. Y están muy entusiasmados y tienen propuestas e ideas increíbles que nos sorprendieron un poco tanto también a Monse y a mí. Y lo que nos agrada es que realmente están enfocados en solucionar, en buscar soluciones para los problemas que ellos detectan en su comunidad.
So he's saying that the program that they're leading now, he's been really excited that it's really a strong focus for young people there to start looking for solutions to some of the issues that their communities are facing. He says that the ideas that have come up so far are really incredible, and just that he's been really impressed, as has Monse, as co-leader of this program, just in their focus on coming up with solutions that will be meaningful for their communities.
Okay, entonces, Monse, si querés aportar algo más.
No hay más que agregar, ¿verdad? Agradecerles también a la compañía que siempre nos dan, ¿verdad? De Sabine, de Carla, durante todo este tiempo. Es un momento de mucho aprendizaje Y estoy pasando por un momento muy importante porque estoy culminando mis estudios de psicología. Entonces, así, muy lindo poder descubrir que el programa tiene muchos aspectos que trabajan la personalidad de cada uno, ¿verdad? Y cómo también influye eso en la comunidad. Gracias.
So yeah, Monse is saying just how exciting it is and is grateful for LearnServe, Sabine and Carla especially for accompanying them through this process, and that this comes at a really important point in her own learning and trajectory, that she's finishing up her studies in psychology. And so seeing this process that the young people are going through and the ways that they're creating change in their community has been really important and powerful for her. Así que gracias Monse, gracias Domingo por todo el apoyo y la colaboración desde hace años, y te queremos mucho, les queremos mucho.
Igualmente,
Gracias.
igualmente.
Gracias.
Gracias.